There's a pretty big thing going on.
Huh?
Yeah, between Kendrick Lamar.
Laws were written.
Rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women. So we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law.
What a time to be alive where rappers gotta talk about comedians for clout.
Is this nigga serious?
A sub at a comedian?
Yeah.
And you don't even gotta say my name and it still makes headlines?
It's crazy.
You're welcome. You are what? How many views did I give him, you think?
What?
First of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he could do about it.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him. And the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. There's nothing he could physically do to stop that.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Stop giving Andrew Schulz the attention that he's looking for. All right, so let's talk about Schulz. I have been following myself, or somewhat loosely following Schulz, for quite some time. He was originally on fucking Guy Code. Probably one of the least entertaining parts of Guy Code, mind you. And from there, I guess he built a relationship with Charlemagne, created the Brilliant Idiots podcast, which I listened to for a little point of time, until he started to become super duper conservative. Since that podcast, he created the Flagrant II podcast, which is supposed to be a sports podcast, somehow became an edgelord podcast, but whatever. So he created that podcast along with another failed podcast called the Wester Bros podcast, mind you. He made a Game of Thrones podcast at that time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. So then, yeah, he started getting super conservative, grew up a goofy fucking mustache, interviewed Donald Trump, and now he thinks he's some sort of edgelord. People, I beg you, stop giving Andrew Schulz the attention that he's looking for. He's clearly looking for attention. He's trying to grasp at some sort of conservative base, conservative edgelord base. And as long as you don't give him the attention, he won't become the new Andrew Tate, the new fresh and fit that he's so desperately looking to become. That's all this is. And so he has to come out here and say disrespectful bullshit to a guy that he would not say to their face.
Oh, you don't think he'd make love to him? You don't think that the only option would be whether or not it's consensual or not?
Fuck no. He's saying that because he's a keyboard warrior and he has a safe space, which is his podcast. And if he was ever confronted in person for that shit, he would never double down and say that to that person's face.
Listen to this comparison, right? Kendrick starts getting over Drake's ass for his rank in morality. What does Drake go to try to respond? What was the last thing that Drake said about Kendrick in response to the things that were levied towards Drake? You rapping like you trying to get the slaves free.
Mm-hmm.
You, mother, oh, fuck, I just got the whole connection. You the one who got molested, right? What did Andrew Schulz do? Oh, well, rap music this and disrespect black women that and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I would fuck Kendrick and it would only be a question of whether or not he wanted it or not. These are following the exact same arc.
Sure.
You get a light shown on some of your improprieties, some of your character flaws, and you immediately jump to, oh, he's too woke and I would him. Drake goes, oh, he too woke and he got. It's like a bigot's Freudian slip.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Well, I do understand. It just looks very ironic how this all played out.
Mm-hmm.
The beef that this played out over end up playing out again with two different individuals. It's crazy.
Yeah, the common denominator here is the fact that they have this supposed conservative base, and the way that they're trying to appeal to them is by doing things that they believe that a Chad would do in this case. That's their desired outlook on life. They want to become this manly man. It's like the things that you say, these little small stupid fucked up things, right? The things that you just alluded to, the fact that, oh, you were sexually molested, or I will do that to you, seem to scream things that I need to prove that I'm a man
projection,
to you.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like none of that shit. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, black, white. None of that shit is what actually makes you a man. And if you believe those things are what makes you a Chad or a man in this situation, you're solely mistaken, and you're probably a fucking idiot.
I mean, think about what he said. He didn't say, I'll beat your ass. He didn't say, oh, pull up at such a spot. I'm in LA all the time. He didn't tell him, we can handle this, that, and the third. He told the man he would rape him.
Yeah.
He told the man that he would penetrate him as like a response to me saying, hey, you don't have a license to talk about black women. Oh, yeah? I'll put my rod in your sphincter.
Yeah.
What, fam? No, somebody grab that man. We're not talking about the same things.
Right.
Somebody corral him. He's on a
Crazy.
whole other level.
How did you even escalate to this?
Like, if your first response to being called out is homoerotica, I can only assume certain things about you.
Yeah.
Because the fact that entering Kendrick Lamar was that present on your mind that you got to that joke immediately. It's very questionable there, Andrew.
And I think it's funny, and I'll respond to more of these comments here in a second because I got one more other point I was going to make. Yes, this is something that a white boy would say. This is where a white person's mind would go. So the fact that, again, as we previously alluded to, Drake is also making some of these comments is hilarious to me. Absolutely hilarious. That we're putting him, we have to lump him in that same category. The other thing is, a lot of people are making the comment of, oh, these are the things that comedians do. Schulz himself has alluded to the fact that Kendrick Lamar is a hypocrite because obviously he's working with South Park creators and things of that nature. Hey, fam, the difference here is that they made a joke. And even the black woman thing, at some level, I could probably dismiss it as a terrible joke, an offensive joke. But the thing that you said to Kendrick is not a joke and will get you fucking done up crazy out here for disrespect like that in that manner. So even if you are a comedian, there's certain things you don't fucking say, and that's one of them. Man to man, man to man. You want to be a man so much, man to man. There's certain things you don't say without expecting to get your lumps handed to you.
Right here. When don't talk about black women is ineffective, it is effectively responded to with, I'll make you my black woman.
That's a fact. Yeah, wave all the red flags.
Literally. What? I can't talk about black woman? You my black woman. Somebody grab that man.
Yeah, like mental illness at some level. How does your mind go to, he mentioned me in a song, I need to rip him.
Put that man in a cage.
I need to R-word him.
Yeah, anybody who finds it necessary or acceptable to threaten rape, in response to beef, or really just anyway, in any kind of shape or form, the person is a demon. Lock him away. Lock him up.
Even if Kendrick invited you to a fist fight over what you said, bro, your response is out of line.
Fight is off. Fight is 100% off.
Your response is out of line. just
if I see you get within 100 feet of me, I'm gonna shoot you.
Facts.
Allegedly.
And again, to my point, say that shit to his face. And I think Stamina said here, you know what, Schulz would say that mess in person, because unless Kendrick's going to kill him, which he's not, which I agree, I don't think he would. And I don't even know that he would even punch him. My point is, you wouldn't say that shit to the person in their face. Keep that same energy, fam. I believe you are, in effect, a keyboard warrior in this instance. And funny enough, because that conservative fan base doesn't believe in safe spaces, come out from behind your safe space, your podcast, and say some shit to somebody's face like that and see what the fuck happens. I'm not even talking about Kendrick. I just mean in general. That's all I got. That's all I got.